Bash history tricks. When engaged in a penetration test, it's important to keep a record of commands that have been entered into the shell. Fortunately, Bash maintains a record of commands that have been entered, which can be displayed with the history command. Rather than retyping a long command from our history, we can make use of the history expansion facility. For example, each entry in our history is preceded by a line number. To rerun a command, we simply type an exclamation mark followed by the line number. In this case, we'll re-execute the command clear, which is identified by line number 32. Another helpful history shortcut is the double exclamation mark, which repeats the last command that was executed during our terminal session. By default, the command history is saved to the bash history file in the user's home directory. Two environment variables control the history size, hist size and hist file size. Hist size controls the number of commands stored in memory for the current session, and hist file size configures how many commands are kept in the history file. These variables can be edited according to our needs and saved to the bash configuration file, .bashrc, that we will explore later. One of the simplest ways to explore the bash history is right from the command line prompt. We can browse through the history with some useful keyboard shortcuts, with the two most common being the up arrow and down arrow. The up arrow scrolls backwards in history, and the down arrow scrolls forward. Last but not least, holding down Control and pressing R will invoke the reverse I search facility. If we type a letter, for example C, we'll get a match for the most recent command in our history that contains the letter C. We can keep trying to narrow down our match, and when we find the desired command, we'll press Enter to execute it. Bash has a number of history features that can save a great deal of time and repetitive typing.